Y'all, and welcome into another reading. You already know the vibes. Divine Destiny, back at it like a tarot addict. So we're just gonna jump right into the vibes. Today we are going to be discussing the inner child, and we are going to be looking at what your inner child needs to move forward to help you move into your purpose, into your prosperity, into your abundance, right? What is your inner child asking to be healed within you at this time so that you can truly step into your authority as an adult? If that's something that vibes with you, vibe with me. We're going to take a few deep breaths and tune in with spirit. At this time, calling forth my spirit guides, angels, and ancestors, asking what messages you have to deliver to the collective today for their progression and elevation in every aspect of life. What is it that the inner child needs them to know? What is it that the inner child needs them to heal, to focus on, to pour love into, so that they can truly and authentically step into their highest good, highest self, highest purpose, and authority today? I'm giving you gratitude for using me as a vessel in which these messages flow to and through. Asking you to protect and cover me as I channel these messages.
Are you an ambitious co-creator with a strategy that feels out of alignment? You're meant for mastery, but if your vision feels blurred or your next move isn't crystal clear, you're wasting your most valuable asset, your energy. That's why I created the Divine Alignment Blueprint. This isn't just a reading, it's your personalized 90-minute strategic command session. We pinpoint your highest purpose, clear the energetic blocks, and forge your sovereign action plan, a precise divine strategy to accelerate your purpose for the next 6 to 12 months. Stop guessing. Start commanding. Book your Divine Alignment Blueprint session today and unlock your undeniable destiny.
The Empress. The Wheel of Fortune coming out with the Three of Cups. And the Three of Pentacles. With the Empress here, it's giving your inner child, it's asking for some nurturing, right? The Empress is nurturing, loving energy, good mother figure, strong mother figure, right? Fives and threes could be significant. So, as I said, we're looking here at this Empress energy, and I find it very intriguing that it is represented by a tree, right? That's stability, that's roots, that's grounding, but also the fact that the color around the tree, around the leaves itself, are pinks and purples, right? Pink has to do with love. So opening up to love, pouring more love into yourself, pouring more love into your inner child. The purples have to do with the crown chakra, right? intuition, spirituality. So moving more intuitively, the moon there as well. It's also intuition, strong intuition energy. Moving intuitively in loving, in how you're loving yourself and how you're giving and pouring love into this world, but mainly in how you're pouring love into yourself, right? Pay attention and make sure you're nurturing and nourishing yourself at this point, right? The leaves of a tree are the most vulnerable part. That's the part that grows consistently. That's the part that falls off consistently, right? So the fact that the color is only in the leaves is suggestive to me that you are being encouraged to nurture the most vulnerable parts of yourself, the parts of yourself that we would usually cast aside or away or push to the shadows. Spirit is asking you to bring those more to the forefront. Maybe they have been coming more up to the forefront for you, emotional, mental. You've been dealing with some things energetically that have just been popping up for you from past, and that's because Spirit is asking you to pour more love into those more vulnerable parts of yourself at this time. Yeah, right? You're being guided into a space of new beginnings. And while there will be obstacles and challenges, right? Because anything worth working for, you're going to have to work for, right? So, yes, there will be obstacles and challenges, but you're being divinely guided and divinely led into this new world, right? But what I'm getting from this with this new beginnings, and it's like we're asking about that inner child, is Spirit is asking you to step into this new world fully and wholeheartedly, step into these new beginnings, right? Not worried about the past situations that brought pain or heartache or loss of some kind to your inner child, right? Recognizing that you, as the now adult version of yourself, have all of the power it is that you need to co create this new beginning, this whole new world for yourself and for your inner child. Right? It is up to you. You have all the authority, all of the power it is that you need to co-create that world for yourself, to create that sanctuary is what I'm hearing, to create that safety within yourself and within the world around you for your inner child. But in order to do so, you have to close the door on the past bullshit, right? The past things mentally or emotionally that you're holding on to. And maybe that's why they're popping up for you now at this time. So you can honor the more vulnerable parts of yourself. And like I said, with the leaves, significant. Like I said, with the leaves, especially as fall, they begin to fall away, right? So any parts of yourself that you're being called to shed right now, while it might feel like an obstacle, it might feel like a challenge, the things that are popping up for you, or the things that you're being called to work through right now, it is to help you move past it entirely, close the door on it, and forge this new world for your inner child and for yourself, right? Because you now have the power as this adult version of yourself to heal, to honor, right? And to fully take care of. Be that protective energy that maybe you didn't have before, right? Be that loving energy that maybe you didn't have before as an inner child, as a child, right? Now it is up to you to be that for your inner child, right? So Spirit is saying anything that's popping up for you at this point, know that you are being divinely led and divinely guided to move through those things so that you can fully and authentically show up within your own authority and within your own power. I think it's interesting that this came up with the Empress because the authority is like, it always gives me like king or emperor energy, and this is coming out with the Empress, right? So very much so balancing the vulnerable and the protected parts of yourself at this time, right? Sorry for the baby noises, y'all already know the vibes. But yeah, right? Balancing the masculine and feminine parts of yourself, mothering yourself, fathering yourself in whatever way, shape, or form that looks like for you, so that you can truly, fully, and wholeheartedly allow your inner child the safety it is that it needs. That's coming out with the solar plexus chakra and the throat chakra. So definitely you're being encouraged to fully and authentically express and honor yourself. And you're being encouraged to speak up, especially if with this, like, express yourself fully and authentically. If there's something you need to say it. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just something you need to say, especially when it comes to honoring yourself, honoring your inner child, protecting yourself, protecting your inner child. Speak up. You have the authority. 919 on my timer. Bottom of the deck energy is the heart chakra. Fours are significant as well. I got 44, 33, and 55 here. Those could be ages, or those could just be angel numbers at this time. Spirit is asking you to heal, open, and align in your heart chakra. Right? With that being said, leading with love, being guided by love, but pouring that love into yourself, right? Into the vulnerable parts of yourself at this time is what's going to help you open up and heal in that inner child so that you can step into your authority, step into your purpose, and step into your passion, right? Sitting here, we're looking at the Wheel of Fortune, and that's coming out with the Three of Cups. So the wheel is turning in your favor, right? The wheel is turning in your favor. And this Three of Cups is interesting to me because usually it's like a celebratory, like everybody's got a cup and we're all cheersing, right? But here, the birds are looking more at the sun instead of at the cups. They're not even worried about the cups, right? What we're celebrating here is the light, right? Your emotions are what they're going to be, but what we're focusing on is the light. And I think that's very significant, right? I said this in the last reading that I did with the sun is at the bottom and the Wheel of Fortune is at the top. So once again, that light is illuminating the fortune in your life. You are the light. Let's be clear. Okay. So I feel like it's important, right? Like I said, we're not focusing too heavily on the emotions. We're focusing more on the light. So getting out of the emotional cycle that you find yourself sitting in, especially when it comes to situations that were tumultuous or traumatic for your inner child, right? Allowing yourself to detach from the emotions of it all and leaning into the light, leaning into the truth of the situation, allowing yourself to be the light in that situation for your inner child so that you can illuminate that Wheel of Fortune and really get it to begin moving in your favor, right? In balance of you as an adult. You have to allow yourself to heal that inner child, right? Pour light and love into the parts of your inner child, your emotions, your traumas, right? Pour light and love into those parts and really start to allow that light to radiate from that internal space of healing externally so that the wheel can begin to turn for you in your adult life presently right now, right? Not sitting in this energy of conflict and defeat. Woe is me. He's going downstairs. So this is very much like heavy in the subconscious. My back just cracked with that breath. So I don't know what that was about. But anyway, heavy on the back bending work, back bending, back breaking energy, right? And so spirit is encouraging you at this time not to allow yourself to fall into that mental space, that subconscious space of your inner child, where your inner child feels, woe is me, down on the luck, right? You're in this cycle of repeating the conflict and defeat mentally and emotionally that your inner child has gone through. So they're asking you at this time, once again, I think it's interesting, like he's going down into the depths, down into the shadows, away from the light. And we were just talking about how you are the light and you are being encouraged to shine that light on your inner child. So if your inner child is down here in the subconscious depths, it's okay to go down there, but make sure you're going down there as the light that it is that you are now presently, right? Not it's not regenerating is not the word that I'm looking for, but like falling back into where you were mentally and emotionally with that inner child when those situations, experiences, energies, people, places, whatever it is for you, created this energy of like subconscious blockage of conflict and defeat, feeling down on yourself, feeling woe is me, not allowing yourself to fall back into that energy of the inner child, right? But coming in as the light that you are and meeting your inner child and shining your light, shining your love on that inner child so that your inner child can come back up to the light and get out of the shadows, right? You can do so by leaning into your passions, leaning into what is lighting you up. Like I said, you are the light, right? And the more that you honor that light, the more that you honor your truth, the more that you do what feels good, the more that you do what is absolutely putting a fire in your belly and under your eyes, you are allowing that light to brighten, right? Fully honoring and expressing yourself authentically from the heart. Is that still at the bottom of the deck? No, but y'all seen it. You feel me? So like fully and authentically from the heart and the solar plexus chakra, allowing yourself to illuminate so that you can bring that light to that inner child, to that subconscious mind, so that you can shine that light fully and authentically. You do so presently by leaning into your passions and then standing on them wholeheartedly, right? Unapologetically. For every time that your inner child could not lean into their passions, you lean into your passions as an adult, and that is where the prosperity begins for you. I think it's significant. There are butterflies in these trees. It's fruit in these trees as well. Very fruitful, very prosperous, very transformational, with quick motion. Things happen as you choose to allow them to happen, right? So if you choose to allow yourself to sit in this energy of conflict and defeat mentally, emotionally, if you choose to allow your inner child to sit in the shadows, then that's where we gonna be. But as soon as you choose to allow yourself to irradiate and illuminate, things are going to start picking up for you quickly. At least we not forget the wheel of fortune is on your side, but it can only, if your light is the energy that gets the wheel going, how much is the wheel moving at this point, and how much do you want it to be moving is what I'm hearing with this three pentacles, right? You're moving into a place of stability, into a place of foundation financially. Stuttering is crazy, right? Immovable, unshakable, even through the storms, is because you're coming into balance. The more that you choose to shine your light fully authentically, the more that you step into your passions and your authority, right? You are finding balance within that subconscious inner child, right? You're bringing the light to the shadowy depths, the shadowy corners of yourself, of your inner workings, of your mind, of your inner child. Excuse me if you can hear my stomach growling. One of these days I'm gonna get on here and I'm gonna have eaten, but I doubt it. I don't like to really channel full. Anywho, neither here nor there. We're looking here at this Three of Pentacles, right? That came out being clarified with the mental conflict card, that small mind and the spiritual mind, right? The big mind. So right here, the small mind is the inner self, the inner child in the shadows and of the subconscious, right? And that's probably where you find yourself a lot, which is what spirit is asking you to step out of, right? When you're leaning into your passions, when you step into your authority, you're leaning into your light, you no longer have the mental or emotional capacity to even focus on that small mind, right? So spirit is asking you at this time to step out of your small mind, recognizing you are exactly where you need to be. Everything is moving for you in the way that it's supposed to, divinely orchestrated and divinely guided, but you have to be willing to let go of the things that are no longer serving you, right? Things that you're holding on to in your subconscious mind, the things that your inner child is still working through, are creating tumultuous, rocky, and murky waters for you at this time. So spirit is trying to bring in that rainbow, bring in that light, bring in that color, bring in that abundance to you, but we have to choose to get out of the murky waters. We have to choose to release the things that are creating tension and turmoil within our lives. You have the power to do this fully, authentically, already within you. So Spirit is asking you to step into your power, step into your authority at this time. It always gives me wisdom because of all the gray silver hair going on around here, right? Strength, ego, even sometimes, right? With the lion. So definitely stepping out of that ego so that you can get out of that mental conflict, right? Your ego could be keeping you small. Your ego could be keeping you in this energy of conflict and defeat. So you have to choose to find balance even within your own strength, right? So that you can move forward away from whatever this deceptive and envious energy is for you. Whether this was past situations, relationships, family, even friends, that has created a scar on your inner child, right? You were around energies and people, you were in places that did not serve your highest good as a child. And so Spirit is asking you to release that as an adult because you're stepping into, like I said, this world of new beginnings, right? But we have to close the door on whatever this energy was from our past and shine that light within ourselves so that we can become and step into our power fully and authentically to create this new beginning that you deserve and desire at this point in your life. Let's get some final messages from the tarot. 2002 Tower. Mirroring images. Death came out in reverse. The Five of Wands. Injustice. Yeah. With the Tower here in reverse, anything that could crumble was not built on a sturdy foundation in the first place. This is divine intervention, right? With that Destiny card, you were divinely guided, divinely protected, and everything is being orchestrated divinely for you at this point in your life. Even the things that are coming tumbling down is what I'm hearing. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Jill came coming after, right? Don't go tumbling after. Jack fall down that damn hill. You look at him and you keep moving. Okay? Immovable with this Three of Pentacles energy. Like, ooh, Jackie wasn't supposed to make it, right? If they fell, let them fall. Leave them where they lay. With this Death card in reverse, we are putting an ending to conflicts, chaos, disruption, turmoil, tumultuous energies of the past and the present. This is the justice, right? Your will of for the wheel turning in your favor is your justice. And the way to fully and authentically step into this energy, the way to fully and authentically heal that inner child and move into this energy is not to take the past baggage with you because it is not you. It is not even a part of you unless you choose to take it with you, is what I'm hearing at this point. So Spirit is asking you to fully and authentically jump into your new beginnings, having closed the door on all of the other bullshit and done the healing work, brought your light within yourself and allow it to radiate on the shadows of the past so that you can clear those energies out before you step into this world of new beginnings, so that when you do step into this world of new beginnings, it's fully and authentically and wholly in your power and your authority. That has been the message. If you like this video, share it with somebody you think needs to hear it. Share it with somebody you love. If you need anything from me, a personal reading, astrological chart, literally anything from me, all of that information is going to be in my bio description or the pinned comment. That's it. That has been the message. Yep, trapped in fear. Get out your head. Once again, that light is in the corner. So are we going to be sitting in our shadows or are we going to be looking to the light? That choice is yours. Until next time, stay divine.